How's it going today, everyone? And Sony has just released a trailer for another terrible Spider-Man villain spin-off movie, and that movie is Kraven the Hunter. And this is a movie that nobody asked for. It looks like garbage, a terrible casting choice for Kraven, looks way too young, and he's not a bodybuilder like Kraven is. But I wanted to focus more on another villain that's in this movie, and that is Rhino. And we have a tweet here from Culture Crave, and it says, "First look at Rhino and Kraven the Hunter." And you guys see the picture here, and I don't know what the hell is that thing. What the hell were they thinking? Why did they think this is a good idea? So apparently in this version of Rhino, in the Kraven the Hunter movie, he's not a guy wearing a rhino costume. He has a genetic mutation or injection of a disease or something like that. Why can't these people do anything right? Why can't you just look at something that was made in a comic book and then recreate that something? Don't give these companies excuses about money or CGI or any excuse like that. Don't be a shill for these people, because cosplayers do a way better job for less money, and that's for every single comic book character. I see cosplayers that spend like $500 and get a 1-to-1 of the comic book, but the billion-dollar company can't do it. Why is that? Maybe it's because they don't actually read any books and they're fucking dumb, and they think people are gonna give them money just because it's a Spider-Man spin-off movie with no Spider-Man. I don't know why they keep doing this shit. Stop making Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man. Just make Spider-Man movies. Why is that so hard? You saw how terribly Madam Web did, and now you're doing this? You could have made your own Spider-Man trilogy movie, or if you can't use the character Spider-Man Peter Parker himself, why not use other versions of Spider-Man? Because you announced a Spider-Man Noir TV show coming to Amazon, so I'm thinking, why don't you do a trilogy for $20.99? Instead you do these terrible spin-off movies with villains that people want to see fight Spider-Man. And now you have this retarded, stupid, goofy looking Rhino, when Rhino is a man in a rhino costume. And me personally, I think that design, the original comic book design, will look stupid in live action. That's why you should have done a robotic version like what they did in Insomniac Spider-Man games on the PS4 and PS5. And it looks like I'm not the only one that does not like this disgusting, ugly design. And we have some replies to read from that tweet. And this one says, "TASM, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Rhino design is better." It's better, but that one is not that great either. The problem that I had with that one is that it's too over the top, and his head is not even the head of the costume. His head is like in the middle. You guys can see a picture right here. It looks too militarized, if that makes sense. It looks like if the US Marines made a mech suit rather than the one from the Spider-Man games, which looks way better. It's still better than this garbage that we're getting in the Kraven movie, but that doesn't mean the Amazing Spider-Man 2 costume is great. And the next comment says, "Damn, he's ugly. Should have given us a design similar to Rhino in the Insomniac games. I think that would have worked best in a live action setting." And that is exactly what I just said. As much as I don't like Insomniac, they're like the gayest company ever. Spider-Man 2 is like the gayest game ever made. I thought that was the best design for Rhino. I think the original costume looks kind of silly. It's fun for a comic book and a cartoon, but it might be hard to do in live action, if that makes sense, because he's like an 8-foot tall guy in a rhino costume. I think Insomniac did a good job with the design, and they should have done that with the movie, but instead they gave us something ugly in a movie that nobody asked for. And a bunch of other comments are just saying the exact same things as before. They say it's ugly. They say Sony can't do anything right. They say Sony should just make Spider-Man movies instead of Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man. So it's just going to get repetitive. I keep reading them over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So instead, I decided to find another tweet where the fanboys are getting mad. Yes, the Sony Marvel shows are getting angry because someone doesn't like it. And those replies come from this tweet. This person, My Time to Shine Hello, is a popular leaker that talks about contents of movies before they actually release, and they are usually right, from what I've seen. Maybe not all the time. I don't think any insider is right all the time. And we have some replies to that tweet. And this one says, "You fucking retard." Damn, he's mad already. But whatever. Let's continue. "It's the closest we ever been to an accurate Rhino character and you don't like it. Get the fuck out of here." Maybe it's the closest we ever gotten because there's not that many versions of the character in live action. There's literally only two. There's the one from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and this. So yeah, I guess. And I don't think it's accurate at all. He's supposed to be a man stuck in a rhino costume, not a genetic mutant. He's not a mutant character. He doesn't have a disease. he doesn't take an injection that gives him his Rhino powers, which I don't know if he technically even has powers. He's really strong, but I don't know if that's considered superpowers. Just like Kingpin isn't technically considered to be super strong. He doesn't have super strength, but he's super strong. I don't fucking understand this shit sometimes. I don't know why they don't just say he has super strength, or like the costume gives him super strength. I don't fucking know, whatever. But no, this is not accurate at all. And there's only 2 of them, so you sound fucking retarded. And we have another one right here. And it says, get the fuck out of here. You all hate on Rhino, but then praise how good Red Hawk look. What the fuck? Well, Red Hawk actually looks like a Red Hawk. I don't know if I can show that in this video, because Disney are copywriting people for showing D23 leaks of the upcoming Marvel movies, and Red Hawk was seen in those leaks on the internet. And he looks like Hawk, but red. Red Hawk. What is there to complain about? His design is not that complicated. It's like, what if the Hawk was red? Boom. And that's what they did. So why would we complain about that if it looks like the fucking character? That looks good. The Red Hawk looks good. Rhino looks like garbage. It looks like cheap Wish.com Chinese trash. And on top of that, the person who posted the tweet didn't even say it was terrible. The tweet literally only had a skull emoji. You don't know what that means. It doesn't mean they didn't like it. It could just mean that Kraven is fucking dead because he's literally beating the shit out of him. So you don't know if they even like it or not. They could actually enjoy it. They didn't say anything. But you assumed it was. Why is that? Because you know it looks terrible. That's why you got offended. And you know it's fucking trash. And you know that's the common sentiment that people are saying. So you look stupid having a fucking mental breakdown and say, you guys don't fucking like it. Why do you like the Red Hawk? You look stupid. And that's it. That's all the comments I'm going to read, because I do not like this movie at all, and I'm not going to watch this garbage, just like I didn't watch a lot of the other Spider-Man villains, Sony spin-off universe of Spider-Man characters, whatever they call in this garbage. I don't care. I know people who probably like the Venom movies, even though I think that's the worst version of Eddie Brock. We never got a good adaptation of Eddie Brock in live action, and we never will. The one from Tobey Maguire movies were terrible, and the one from the Sony movies is a fucking little bitch that looks homeless, because every male character has to be a loser, a depressed weirdo, a feminist, a fucking pussy, because apparently masculinity is bad or toxic or dangerous to society and women, all this gay shit. That's why they ruined Eddie Brock. He's literally supposed to be like a jock football player, but now he's just a fucking loser. Incredible. That's a different rant for a different time. But in terms of Rhino, yeah, this looks disgusting, this looks trash, this is garbage, and Kraven the Hunter looks like a trash movie as well. Hopefully this movie fails at the box office, and maybe Sony then can learn their lesson. Probably not. We seen what happened with Madam Web. That was a horrible, disgraceful movie, the worst one they've ever made, and now they're still making movies. So that's all I gotta say about this garbage. Sony, go fuck yourself.